Motorcycling in the Himalayas is often described as freedom, open roads, long stretches of silence, and the thrill of riding through dramatic landscapes. But in the Eastern Himalayas, especially across Sikkim and North Bengal, that idea changes. Here, riding is not simply about freedom, it is about navigating a system of constraints, terrain, altitude, regulation, and environment, all interacting at once. And unless you understand that system, the experience can become overwhelming. Let's begin with terrain, because this is where the first difference appears. The Eastern Himalayas are geologically younger, and because of that, they are more unstable. That instability directly affects the roads. These are not continuous highways. They are fragmented mountain routes connecting valleys, ridgelines, and remote border zones. You're constantly climbing and descending. Switchbacks are sharp, gradients are steep, surfaces are unpredictable. A road that appears smooth can suddenly break into gravel, loose stones, or mud. In many places, control becomes more important than speed. Gradients between 8 to 12% are not unusual, and they continue for long distances. This is not a riding environment for speed. It is one for control. And then comes distance. In most places, 100 kilometers means a few hours. But here, it can take an entire day. Distance does not equal time. Now, add altitude. As you move through Sikkim, you climb from around 1,500 meters to over 5,000 meters. And with that, everything changes. Oxygen drops, the air becomes thinner, and your body feels it. Fatigue increases, reaction time slows, concentration drops. Even dehydration rises despite the cold. Above 3,000 meters, these effects become real. In some cases, acute mountain sickness appears. So riding must change. Speed reduces, brakes increase, hydration becomes essential. Because overexertion is not just uncomfortable, it is dangerous. And it is not just the rider. The motorcycle changes too. With less oxygen, combustion weakens, engines lose power. Carbureted bikes struggle more. Fuel-injected bikes perform better, but not fully. So both machine and rider are operating below capacity. Now add regulation. Sikkim is not an open riding region. Large areas are protected, restricted. Permits are mandatory. Restricted area permits, protected area permits, route-specific approvals. Movement is controlled. Checkpoints are frequent. Documents are checked. In some areas, solo travel is not allowed. So the journey is not entirely yours to define. It is structured. Routes are predefined. Access is regulated. And understanding this is critical. Now, logistics. Fuel stations are limited. In remote areas, they may not exist. So planning fuel is essential. Mechanical support is rare. If something breaks, you may be alone. Mobile networks are inconsistent, often absent. So self-reliance is not optional. Tools, spare parts, basic preparation, all necessary. And then weather. The Eastern Himalayas receive heavy rainfall. Landslides happen, roads disappear. Fog reduces visibility to just a few meters. And at altitude, that becomes critical. Even in clear seasons, weather shifts quickly. Temperature drops, clouds move in, conditions change. So timing matters. Spring, stable. Autumn, best. Monsoon, risky. Winter, restricted. But unpredictability never leaves. So what does this mean for a rider? It means this is not casual riding. It is a system. Terrain dictates pace, altitude dictates endurance, regulations dictate route, weather dictates feasibility. And once you understand this, everything changes. It is no longer about distance, not about speed. It becomes about adaptation, reading the road, understanding the terrain, managing limits. And that is what defines this experience. Because this region does not simplify itself. It demands awareness. And in return, it offers something rare. Routes that are not standardized. Landscapes that are not overexposed. Experiences that are not easily repeated. So in the end, this is not just about riding. It is about understanding where you are. Because here, adventure is not freedom from limits. It is your ability to move within them. Riding in the Eastern Himalayas is not about distance or speed. It is about learning to move within limits. Terrain, altitude, environment. And once you understand those limits, the journey changes. At Experience Himalaya, riding is not treated as an open road. It is approached as a system, routes, conditions, and realities. Because here, the ride is not defined by how far you go, but by how well you adapt to where you are.